All-Ukrainian Union Fatherland, or Batkivshchyna, is a political party in Ukraine, led by Yulia Tymoshenko, is the core party of the former Yulia Tymoshenko Bloc. Batkivshchyna has been represented in the Verkhovna Rada since Yulia Tymoshenko set up a parliamentary faction of the same name in March 1999. Since 2008, Batkivshchyna has been an associate member of European People's Party, after the November 2011 banning of the participation of blocs of political parties in parliamentary elections. Batkivshchyna became a major force in Ukrainian politics independently. Yulia Tymoshenko was a political prisoner of Yanukovych regime from the 5th of August 2011 until the 22nd of February 2014. After the 2014 revolution, she was rehabilitated by the Supreme Court of Ukraine and the European Court of Human Rights in the absence of crime structure. Since the participation of blocs of political parties in the parliamentary elections in 2012 was banned, Batkivshchyna held a campaign called United Opposition Batkivshchyna and advanced on its behalf members of other parties allies of Batkivshchyna. Party list was headed by the leader of the Front of Changes, Arseniy Yatsenyuk. On 15 June 2013, the party's Front of Changes and Reforms and Order finally merged with the All-Ukrainian Union Batkivshchyna by self-liquidation. As at 31 December 2013, the parliamentary faction Batkivshchyna counted 90 deputies. During Euromaidan events, on the 22nd of February 2014, the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine adopted a resolution on the implementation of international obligations of Ukraine on release of former Prime Minister of Ukraine Yulia Tymoshenko, former party associates Olegzima and Turchinov and Arseniy Yatsenyuk did not contact Tymoshenko after Euromaidan. Yulia Tymoshenko said in an interview, "The power has divided us." Tymoshenko started reforming the party and Batkivshchyna went to the parliamentary elections in 2014 with new members. The top 5 of the list included Nadia Savchenko, Yulia Tymoshenko, Ihor Lutsenko, Serhiy Sobolev, Alyona Shrum. Based on the election results, the party received 19 seats in the Ukrainian parliament, 17 according to party lists, 2 on majority system. Igor Zhdanov from Batkivshchyna got the position of youth and sports minister in the government. According to the results of local elections 2015, the party Fatherland received second place, and thereby doubled its result in comparison with the parliamentary elections 2014. History. Early history. The organization was founded in 1995 as the All-Ukrainian Fatherland Union of Peaceful Forces Citizen Association by Volodymyr Prishniak, a rector at Dnipropetrovsk National University. In 1998, Tymoshenko was elected a deputy of the Supreme Council of Bobrinets constituency No. 99 Kirovohrad Oblast. In spring 1999, Tymoshenko's parliamentary group created the Fatherland as a breakaway group of Romada. On 14 September 1998, the General Prosecutor of Ukraine had accused Romada leader Pavlo Lazarenko of embezzlement, and Tymoshenko established the Fatherland parliamentary group the following March. Political party, All-Ukrainian Union Fatherland, based on the founding Congress 9 July 1999. The first party chairman elected was Viktor Trachenko, a former Communist Party secretary from Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. The party was registered at the Ministry of Justice of Ukraine on 16 September 1999, Certificate 122. At the Second Congress, held on 18 December of the same year, was elected chairman of the party Yulia Tymoshenko. Yulia Tymoshenko Bloc. In the 2002 parliamentary elections, the party was the main constituent of the Yulia Tymoshenko Bloc. The bloc obtained 22 seats in the parliament, all on the party list. 13 of them were allocated to Fatherland. In January 2005, Tymoshenko became Prime Minister of Ukraine under Viktor Yushchenko's presidency. Several months earlier, she was a leader in the Orange Revolution, which enabled Yushchenko's election. After losing several seats in 2002 and 2003, in September 2005 the bloc had grown to 40 members. In March 2005, the Yabloko party merged with Batkivshchyna. However, in March 2007 Yabloko became the Party of Free Democrats. In late 2005, the United Ukraine Party also merged with Batkivshchyna. In the 2006 and 2007 parliamentary elections, the party was part of the Tymoshenko Bloc, which won 129 of 450 seats in 2006 and 156 of 450 seats in 2007. On the 18th of December 2007, Yulia Tymoshenko was re-elected Prime Minister by a 2-vote margin, making Our Ukraine People's Self-Defense Bloc and the Yulia Tymoshenko Bloc a majority coalition. Since 2008, the party has been an observer member of the European People's Party. In 2009, the Fatherland, Yulia Tymoshenko, has put forward a candidate for the presidency of Ukraine. After its defeat in the elections, parliamentary coalition ceased to exist. The cabinet Tymoshenko was dismissed. Tymoshenko stated on the 22nd of February 2010 she would go into parliamentary opposition. During the 2010 Ukrainian local elections, the party was defeated by the rival Party of Regions in nearly all regions of Ukraine, although it remained the main opposition party. Although Batkivshchyna won seats in 19 of 24 regional parliaments, it did not win a seat in the Supreme Council of Crimea, in Lviv Oblast and Kiev Oblast, as well as in Ternopil. The party did not participate in the elections cause it was unable to register their candidates. Yulia Tymoshenko claimed that fraudulent Batkivshchyna party organizations were registered on orders from Viktor Yanukovych. Unified opposition in 2012 parliamentary elections. On the 16th of November 2010, the Yulia Tymoshenko Bloc in the Verkhovna Rada was renamed the Bloc Yulia Tymoshenko-Batkivshchyna. During the presidency of Viktor Yanukovych against leader party Yulia Tymoshenko opened several criminal cases. The 5th of August 2011, Tymoshenko was arrested. The 11th of October 2011, sentenced to 7 years in prison on charges of abuse of power and official authority at the conclusion of gas contracts with Russia in January 2009. Danish Helsinki Committee, observing the trial, came to the conclusion that his political motivation and gross violations of the European Convention on Human Rights. In 2010 to 2013, the European Parliament adopted 6 resolutions in which the persecution of Tymoshenko called politically motivated selective justice. On the 17th of November 2011, party blocs were banned in parliamentary elections. The following month, Batkivshchyna and the People's Self-Defense Party announced that the latter would merge with the former, and on the 28th of December, First Deputy Party head Olegzima Turchinov said, "I believe that other political forces will join in." Batkivshchyna, the former Yulia Tymoshenko Bloc member Reforms in Order Party and the People's Movement of Ukraine announced their intention to submit a single-party list in the March 2012 parliamentary elections. On the 7th of April, Arseny Yatsenyuk announced that the Front for Change party would join them on the single-party list. On the 6th of June 2012, Vyacheslav Kutivy and Volodymyr Kupchak left the party. Kupchak had been threatened by party leader Yatsenyuk, and the party had betrayed Yulia Tymoshenko, who had sparked the protest movement Rise Up, Ukraine. In July 2012, Batkivshchyna agreed with the Svoboda Party on the distribution of single-member district candidates in the 2012 parliamentary elections, 2 weeks before 28th of October election. Batkivshchyna withdrew 26 parliamentary candidates in favor of the Ukrainian Democratic Alliance for Reform. UDAR withdrew 26 of its single-seat candidates in favor of Batkivshchyna candidates, attempting to maximize the opposition vote. Batkivshchyna was a de facto umbrella party in the election, whose election list included members of the Reforms and Order, People's Movement of Ukraine, Front for Change for Ukraine, People's Self-Defense, Civil Position and Social Christian parties. In July 2012, members of the Mejlis of the Crimean Tatar people joined the list known as the Fatherland United Opposition. Front for Change leader Arseniy Yatsenyuk headed the list because Tymoshenko was imprisoned. The list won 62 seats and 25.55% of the vote under the proportional party list system, and another 39 in simple majority constituencies. Competing in 152 of 225 constituencies, they won a total of 101 seats, 22.67% of the 450 seats in the Verkhovna Rada. The party lost about 2 million votes, compared with the results of the Yulia Tymoshenko Bloc in the previous election. Yatsenyuk was temporarily selected leader of this parliamentary faction on the 12th of December 2012. On the 19th of October 2012, Batkivshchyna and Svoboda signed an agreement for the creation of a coalition of democratic forces in the new parliament. The party is also coordinating its parliamentary activities with UDAR. In early April 2013, 4 lawmakers left the party in protest of Yatsenyuk's leadership style, and Roman Stadniachuk was forced to replace Serhiy Vlasenko's parliamentary mandate. The following month, Batkivshchyna, UDAR and Svoboda pledged to coordinate for the 2015 Ukrainian presidential election. 2013 Unification. In December 2012, the parties which aligned with Batkivshchyna in the 2012 parliamentary elections considered forming a single party. On the 15th of June 2013, the Reforms and Order Party and the Front for Change merged with Batkivshchyna. A portion of the People's Movement of Ukraine also merged. The remainder of the party had merged with the Ukrainian People's Party the previous month. During the same Congress, the party also approved Tymoshenko's nomination as its candidate in the 2015 Ukrainian presidential election. At the party Congress, which was held in Kiev on the Sofia area, 482 delegates unanimously supported the candidature of Tymoshenko. Euromaidan returned to government. The party played a substantial role in the anti-government Euromaidan protests, which began in late November 2013 and culminated in the 21st of February 2014 impeachment of President Viktor Yanukovych after the February 2014 Ukrainian Revolution, in which Tymoshenko was released from jail and officially rehabilitated. Just after Euromaidan revolution, the Ukrainian Supreme Court closed the case and found that no crime was committed. European Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg acknowledged political persecution and torture and put a final end to all criminal case against Yulia Tymoshenko in 2011 to 2014. after Yanukovych's ouster from the presidency, and returned the constitution of 2004, was formed the ruling coalition, which includes the Batkivshchyna, UDAR and Svoboda. This coalition formed a coalition government headed by Arseniy Yatsenyuk. The leader party, Fatherland, Yulia Tymoshenko, has begun to reform the party. Early August, the party expelled more than 1,500 members, including more than 700 deputies, in a lustration campaign. The party has its own Batkivshchyna battalion that fights in the war in Donbass. 2014 parliamentary election. After release from prison. In the first days after the treatment, Tymoshenko tried to communicate with her former party colleagues, including Yatsenyuk and Olegzima Turchinov, but phone calls to officials in former Prime Minister did not answer. Communication has been completely lost. The government has divided us, said Tymoshenko. Much of the party members, including Yatsenyuk, Arsen Avakov, Mykola Yazhitsky, Turchinov and Lyudmila Denisova, who worked in the government, refused to go to the polls as part of Batkivshchyna and created a political party, People's Front. The Central Electoral Commission registered the party, Batkivshchyna, in nationwide multi-member constituency at the extraordinary elections to the Verkhovna Rada. The decision was taken at the CEC meeting on the 22nd of September 2014. As a result, at the extraordinary parliamentary elections in 2014, the party, Fatherland, was held in Parliament typing, which allowed it to Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine 8 convocation get 17 seats on party lists, and 2 seats in majority constituencies. Following the elections, the party became a member of the coalition supporting the current second Yatsenyuk government and has 1 minister in this government. Since 2014 parliamentary election, on the 11th of December 2014, Parliament supported the initiative of Ukraine. Yulia Tymoshenko hopes for release Yulia Savchenko. On the 5th of March 2015, the Parliament supported the bill on supporting volunteers Ukraine. On the 21st of April 2015, Yulia Tymoshenko initiated a working group to check the validity of utility tariffs. Fatherland Party has made the reduction of tariffs for housing and communal services. The party was one of the winners of the 2015 Ukrainian local elections. On the 17th of February 2016, Batkivshchyna withdrew from the ruling coalition following a vote in the Rada to remove Yatsenyuk from his position, which was rejected by a majority. The party did not join the coalition that supports the 14th of April 2016 installed Groysman government. During the 17th of July 2016 constituency midterm elections, the party won 2 seats in the Ukrainian parliament. According to the Central Election Commission, the results of local elections in 2015 resulted in the All-Ukrainian Union Fatherland party placing second in Ukraine. Fatherland will be represented 8,016 deputies in local councils, and by 369 deputies as heads of villages, towns and cities. In comparison to the 2014 parliamentary elections, Fatherland was able to increase its representation by 250%. Ideology and stances. The party manifesto claims that it seeks to instill in Ukraine national, democratic, and Christian values held together through reformation, spirituality, patriotism, national solidarity, responsibility, rights and freedoms. The party advocates transforming Ukraine into a competitive nation-state in the model Western Europe based on justice and welfare. According to the party, only citizens of Ukraine will have the right to private ownership of land, but that high concentration of land ownership by one person will be forbidden. The party sees Ukrainian membership in the European Union as a strategic goal. It favors visa-free travel for Ukrainians to the EU and wants to cancel humiliating visa regimes. It would like to see a mutually beneficial and equitable agreement on the establishment of free trade with Russia. In June 2013, the party's parliamentary faction voted for the denunciation of the 2010 Ukrainian-Russian naval base for natural gas treaty. The party's 2012 election program did not mention NATO, but its 2014 program stated that the party wants to annul Ukraine's non-aligned status and that it wants Ukraine to become a member of NATO. The party wants to prosecute law enforcement involved in political repression. The party is in favor of party list proportional representation elections with open lists. It also favors citizens' initiatives when 50,000 signatures are collected. The party wants to empower local governance. Government grants should be awarded to graduates who successfully pass testing for studies at Ukrainian universities. It proposes a Ukraine's health system that has mandatory health inspections and a gradual development of voluntary health insurance system funded by employers. The party wants to introduce jury trials into the Ukrainian law system and wants to depoliticize the process of appointment of judges. It also wants an independent judiciary that will increase the role of the Supreme Court of Ukraine. The Constitutional Court of Ukraine, which has compromised itself with decisions that were ordered, should be liquidated. It wants the criminal code to be Europeanized and law enforcement brought under civil control. The party wants to improve human rights in Ukraine. The party regards the Holodomor as a genocide of the Ukrainian nation. Before the removal of power in February 2014, the party sought to impeach former Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych and his anti-people regime, to return Ukraine to the path of European integration, while trying to reverse the former Azarov government policy of raising the status of the Russian language. The 15th of May 2016, Fatherland prepared a statement in the name of the new Prosecutor General in connection with offences in the activities of the National Commission, which performs state regulation in the energy and utilities relative to the unjustified increase of gas prices for the population. The 23rd of May 2016, All-Ukrainian Union Fatherland launched a website, Fair Rates, which promotes the idea of establishing fair gas tariffs for the population. Election results.